Bore da, good morning, Croeso i Gymru, welcome to Wales. And I was just, I know we got Welsh delegates and participants here, but it's great to see you here in our capital city. And I was very pleased to be asked by Karen Davis earlier on this year, Karen of Purple Shoots, who I think many of you know. I was asked if I'd be available and able to come and speak at this very important conference. But indeed, just talking about Karen and Purple Shoots, I was very pleased to sponsor an event in the Senate late last year to launch Responsible Finance, your new name for the Community Development Finance Association. And so, again, speaking with Karen, getting to know her important work in Wales, and then understanding more about your important contributions. So, and as you can appreciate, I come from the Welsh, I'm in the Welsh Government, and we have our own economic vision for Wales, and I want to address that specifically in my contribution as part of the UK in terms of devolution, obviously working closely with not only the UK government but also the other devolved nations and learning from each other. But I will start by touching on the UK government's industrial strategy. So we're currently considering the Green Paper set out by the UK government. I mean, they have sought views from Wales on how the government can refine its vision to help the economy meet future challenges and opportunities. And as I said, where possible, Welsh Government wants to work constructively with the UK government on areas of shared interest that will benefit businesses and the economy of Wales. But we also want to ensure, voices have to be very strong, that the UK government fully respects the devolved settlement. We also want to understand the detail sitting behind the published proposals in the UK Industrial Strategy Green Paper. My Cabinet colleague Ken Skates, the Economy Secretary, he's begun to explore some of the issues with his UK government counterpart Greg Clark. And we know that businesses and other organisations within Wales will also be forming their own views on the Industrial Strategy Green Paper, and clearly will encourage them to feed those views into the UK government's consultation. And this session this morning, I think, will be very valuable for us in Wales in terms of learning from you and from the speakers, and which I can also feed back to Ken Skates. But just looking at where we want to take this forward in terms of our economic vision, here in Wales we're developing 4 cross-cutting strategies to underpin our programme for government, which is called Taking Wales Forward. One of those strategies, the Prosperous and Secure strategy, will embrace our approach to sustainable growth, ensuring better jobs closer to home and reducing employment barriers. So we need a focused and united approach to addressing the key challenges we face. Indeed, our Cabinet Secretary Ken Skates is actually responsible for taking the lead in tackling poverty in terms of policies across the Welsh Government. So we have developed these 4 cross-cutting strategies at the heart of government, and I think that shows a new and innovative way of working. They see a coherent, joined-up approach that doesn't view economic development as something separate and apart from wider actions as a government. I think this approach will offer something new and different to traditional economic or industrial strategies. It will develop a whole government perspective to the economy, reflecting the contribution that all the leaders at our disposal across all ministerial portfolios have in shaping and influencing an agenda of prosperity for all. So promoting financial inclusion is a key priority for the Welsh Government as part of that cross-cutting theme. The 2016 Financial Inclusion Strategy sets out how we aspire to work with partner organisations in Wales and at a UK level to help improve access to affordable credit and financial services, access to financial information, including debt advice, as well as the need to improve financial capability in Wales. And we published our Financial Inclusion Delivery Plan last December, and it sets out the actions and success measures required to increase financial inclusion across Wales during this 5th Assembly. The delivery plan highlights the need to work closely with partner organisations across the private, public and third sectors, which are well placed to promote financial inclusion and financial capability. The actions and financial implications of the plan are not only for the Welsh Government. The plan sets out the requirements to work with those partner organisations within Wales to use our combined influence at a UK level with the banking and financial sector and the UK Government. We have many strategies and programmes already contributing to financial inclusion, including our work on digital inclusion, tackling poverty and education reform. The delivery plan aligns with actions contained within these related strategies, including the financial capability strategy for Wales, the Wales Credit Union strategy and the information advice action plan to reflect the strategic approach we're taking. So if we look at credit unions, ideally placed through their relationships with local employers, schools and other community organisations to help strengthen the financial resilience of communities through improved access to responsible credit and saving opportunities. Funding of $422,000 is being made available to credit unions for the next financial year, and this will help credit unions continue to support financially excluded members and deliver on our financial inclusion delivery plan, as well as aiding their long-term sustainability. Only recently, the Cabinet Secretary for Communities and Children announced $4.4 million for 2017-18 to support frontline advice services and for Citizens Advice Cymru to deliver the Better Advice, Better Lives project, and $2.2 million for frontline advice services will include the support of the delivery of services which can offer direct advice relating to money management and debt, as well as welfare benefits, housing and discrimination. The remaining $2.2 million is to help deliver a project encouraging benefit take-up for families with disabled children. And that, of course, is a key feature in terms of enabling those in those community settings and those who are most disadvantaged are being able to seek advice themselves. So when it comes to business support, we're delivering a range of actions to help new and existing businesses to develop, grow and prosper. And this includes business support, advice and investment in digital and transport infrastructure. Our Business Wales was realigned in January last year to make it easier for Welsh businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs to access the information, advice and support they require to start and grow their businesses. Immediately following the referendum, we launched the Business Confidence Plan, a series of actions we're delivering that are all aimed at promoting business confidence. And this included the announcement of a new Growth and Prosperity Fund and our repayable fund for SMEs so that Wales remains an attractive place for businesses to invest. And we also continue to deliver on our manifesto commitment for a development bank of Wales. Growing business, of course, is growing those businesses, they need access to growth capital. So our development bank will help businesses find the right finance partner to leverage in private finance with its own gap finance when necessary. Also, the objective of providing greater levels of funding to SMEs, whilst at the same time improving the integration and provision of advice and support to businesses. So I'm glad that we're sharing our aspirations in terms of inclusive and sustainable growth in Wales at this conference today, and I hope that will feed into our responses to the Green Paper. What the responsible finance industry delivers is key to our agenda, providing finance and wraparound support to people, businesses and social enterprises who are unable to access finance from mainstream lenders. It's very good to see that the responsible finance industry is growing at a rate of 14% per year. For the four members in Wales, Moneyline, Purple Shoot, Robert Owen Community Banking and Social Investment Cymru, have lent £27 million to 37,000 customers in the last 10 years. More than ever, we need to ensure that the resources we have at our disposal are used to secure maximum impact and the best outcomes for Wales, but delivering these in partnership with organisations here at this conference, sharing values as well as goals. Thank you.